Hey, how you doing? This is Mike Clark. I am the QA engineering manager at iSpot TV and also the author of AutomationJourney.com. Um, just wanted to take a moment to talk to you a little bit about Automation Guild and Automation Guild 2018 and what I got out of that. It was a fantastic first time I attended conference that everything is online. I was kind of skeptical because I didn't know exactly what to think of an online conference. Most of the conferences I've been to, you're there in person and things of that sort. And one of the things that kind of grabbed my attention about attending this conference was because it didn't have some of the overlap that we see when we go to some of our other conferences, right? Where there's one workshop going on at the same time another one's going on, and you have to make decisions as to which one to go to, as well as like keynote speakers and things of that sort, just kind of overlapping one another. So I had kind of five takeaways that I thought were really important to not only for myself, but just for anybody going forward that may be interested in attending Automation Guild, Perf Guild, or the upcoming Testing Guild. The first one was just the presenters. I mean, this was like a who's who of automation. You had people like Gil Tare, Richard Bradshaw, Angie Jones, Aaron Kinsberner, Karina Pip. Who else was there? Lisa Crispin, Ash Coleman, uh, Paul Grisafi, Megan Lewis, TJ Marr, Paul Grossman, and Greg Pascal. And they were there just kind of giving themselves to us, giving us their expertise and passing down information um, that we probably would be time boxed into at a conference in person. The other thing I liked about it as well was just kind of the Q&A and things of that sort that happened afterwards. There were round tables, and it was just that in itself was really, really great for me. The other thing was that the price, it was beyond reasonably priced. I mean, that's something I think we've all experienced where, sometimes our companies or just even our own personal budgets, may not allow us to be able to, pay for certain things that we'd like to go to. And this one was reasonably priced. It was $197 and something that, when I brought it up to my company, they're like, oh, yeah, done deal. No problem at all. The third takeaway from it that I got was the convenience of it. So what I did was is I took 3 days or whatever the endurance of the conference was at home. I just stayed at home those days, um, fired up my laptop, fired up my tablet, had everything hooked up to the big 4K TV, and it was like I was right there. And it was nice because again, you're in the convenience in your own home. You're not competing against different people talking and things of that sort, cell phones going off or any of that mess. It was just great. Um, the fourth thing is the content. So that's what I thought was really, really cool about this. So you keep the content. The content is yours. You can go back to the recorded sessions. All the sessions are recorded, by the way. Um, you can go back to the sessions as many times as you want. I've used it a number of times just to get refreshers and things of that sort, or to go back over my notes, make sure that I jot down things, correctly. And yeah, it's that in itself is well worth the price. And the last thing I got out of it was the Slack channel. Now, the Slack channel that they had for Automation Guild was something that was introduced during the guild, but it doesn't end there. So it's a continuous way by which you can network with your peers. A lot of the presenters are on there. They answer questions sometimes instantaneously. I've never had a question that wasn't answered by one of the people that I asked. And another good thing about the Slack channel as well is that you get different perspectives from different people. So, what this one person may have a perspective on may differ from that person and so on. And it's just great. And I really, really highly recommend it for anybody that's a beginner, intermediate, expert, whatever, wherever you are in your career, in your automation career. I highly, highly recommend Automation Guild. I was so taken away by it that they have the testing guild that's coming up. And so myself and one of the people on my team will be taking part in that. We'll probably be taking part in Perf Guild as well. I mean, it's just absolutely, absolutely awesome. It's well worth the price of admission. Kudos to Joe Colantonio for all that he does, for the testing community as a whole. But this was really, really great for me because, again, I'm pretty new to automation. I have a number of years of experience in testing, mostly as a black box tester, but I've been a QA manager for a number of years as well. I wanted to learn more about automation. I challenged myself to start learning that this past year. And had it not been for this guild, I don't think I would be as far along as I am right now. So those are my 5 takeaways from it. I highly recommend it. And again, kudos to Joe. And yes, please, 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 next Automation Guild, I advise all of you to take part in it. Again, this is Mike Clark, QA Engineering Manager at iSpot TV, as well as author of the blog AutomationJourney.com. Thank you.